Coach, you mentioned recruiting. I know you can't mention anybody specifically, but had a couple big weekends already this spring. Big numbers, highly rated guys from 24/7 Sports and other recruiting services. Just can you just go into that, how y'all have been able to accomplish that so far and what's gone into that?
It's called spending every day of recruiting. On recruiting, we take time every day, and whether it's phone calls to these high school coaches, it's evaluating tape, it's FaceTiming with these recruits. That's just so important, and it's constant touch. And you've noticed that 2 big junior recruiting weekends, and a lot of our first-round draft picks have been on campus, and I can't be about any more blunt than that.
Right.
And what's interesting is to see the repeat trips to Lubbock. And that just takes a staff that's passionate about recruiting and that understands that the 2 ways to get this program where we all want it, and that's to get to the month of November and compete for a Big 12 championship, is you got to recruit and you got to develop, and that recruiting just can't stop. You got to go and go and go, and you got to keep getting these kids on campus. And we've had some of those, not mention them by names, but we've had guys multiple trips on campus, guys that came in the fall as juniors, and they came in January, now they came in again in March, and that's 3 trips. Some that have drove a long ways. Drove good on.
Drove.
Yeah.
And then the idea is to get them back in the summer. Was that right?
Oklahoma.
If you can,
Yeah,
for OVs.
to get them here again in March and again in April before these coaches
Right.
and keep as many times as we can expose our campus. And I think this place sells itself, and the people in Lubbock are genuine. The crowds at the basketball game are real. It's live. It's a great atmosphere, and they see that, and then they start going, all right, ×4 for Jones Stadium, and what's it going to be like to play here? And I think the vibe and the environment is big time here. The people around town treat our recruits well, and they can tell it's important to them, and the double T is important to these people around here. And I think the more and more we get these kids here on campus and you expose them to that, it's going to become like family and home. That's what we want it to become for these guys. And, we've got a few at practice today.